Come on, get up there!
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here. Today we're going to be talking about arenas coming back to the game of Apex Legends, but also what they were working on in regards to that, what it has to do with the mixtape mode, and if we're ever going to see some of that stuff that was being worked on. We're also going to give out 45 bucks. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill, but without further ado, let's talk about what Apex Legends has in store. So it has now been 2 seasons that arenas has been removed from the game, and while a lot of players didn't enjoy it, I will say that going through a lot of posts, it does seem that it did have a very dedicated community that truly did enjoy that kind of game mode. It did allow some variety because there was a ranked section of it, as broken as it may have been sometime, that allowed you to get different rewards and just something different to grind. As most of you know, the ranked season this year isn't very good, and over 100,000 players have already hit it on PC on Masters level, leading to not too many people continuing to play the game. So having a different mode to actually grind for ranked would be perfect right now. I'm still hoping for a doubles or a solos battle royale version that we can grind ranked on, but bring back arenas, at least in the mixtape playlist, wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. When it was initially removed, it said permanently, but it was replaced by TDM mode initially and then the mixtape playlist. That does indicate that there is a possibility it could return with some tweaks and changes in the future to be put back into that mixtape playlist, which I think would be a good idea. And there's a lot of things that Respawn was working on. For instance, there were 3 different maps that were set for arenas. The first one was this map with a playtester running around with a nemesis. It was pretty open and jungle-ish, along with a concrete style, kind of like a small town. Overall, I think this would have been a great map, and if we don't actually end up getting to see this as a future arenas map, if it comes back, I would love for this to be a TDM map. There was another map known as Centrifuge, which was also fantastic. It gave us our first look at the dual wield energy weapon, the Fanatic, which is going to come in at the future sometime. Well, this map is pretty decent. I do have to say though that if this does not come back as an arenas map, I don't know how well it would function as a TDM map, but it does look like this was pretty damn near close to completion. There was another map that pretty much looked exactly like Centrifuge that you can see right here. There's the giant centrifuge in the middle, but the building and the structures around it look very similar. And of course, there was one that looked like it took place for Bloodhound on World's Edge somewhere. It has the Viking components with giant statues. It's got the snow and the palm trees, although it does have the Kings Canyon skybox, but that might just be what they put in the background anyways for playtesting. But all these were in development for arenas, so that seems like a lot of content to just scrap and never come to the game. I truly do believe arenas is being reworked to come back, although we may never see a ranked mode for it again, or at least not for quite some time after it comes back as a regular LTM. But we're going to talk a little bit about what LTMs we can actually expect, because we have seen the gameplay footage of these giant big team battle maps with Lifeline running around. This is an absolutely massive area. It takes place on Storm Point with the skybox. It's a score to 40, although obviously that's just playtesting because regular TDM is up to 50, but it does allow for more players. And there's also the soccer/football variant, depending on which country you're from, where you score a ball and it's Titanfall related. We've all seen these, and these are fantastic, and they're very innovative, and I think that's something that we also need to talk about. Back in season 3, we got the Grand Soiree event. This came with 7 unique limited time modes. Don't forget the awesome prize tracker there at the bottom, but this came with stuff such as Live Die Live, where automatically respawning your teammates when the ring closes, you're down but not out. We also had the Armed and Dangerous, which was shotgun and snipers, which is pretty basic, but at least it was there. A fan favorite was the third person mode, where you could pick any legend and you would be able to play it like other battle royales, where you actually get to go ahead and look around corners and just get that unique perspective and actually get to enjoy these skins, which are constantly being pumped out by Respawn. And also the Great Dummies Big Day mode, which made you play one of the dummies in the firing range and gave you a host of different random abilities, which was also fantastic. And keep in mind, this was all in one single event, with each day having a brand new LTM to play. Whereas we have things like the threat level event right now, which just takes a TDM mode and then makes it so there's no shields. I imagine most of you can see the disparity between that event and this event. I would love for Respawn to add a lot of these LTMs that players that didn't start back in season 3 have never had a chance to play. Put it in its own battle royale mixtape playlist, throw them into the regular mixtape playlist, but right now with just Control, Gun Run, and TDM, and then just the LTMs you do for TDM removing shields isn't enough to cut it, especially when we've seen the quality of content that Respawn is able to produce. We know we have this great solos mode called Rumble coming, which is going to completely change the game in a way that we've never seen before, with no abilities, no loadouts, and different types of weaponry going into it, which is going to be fantastic. And I hope that this ends up becoming a permanent feature in the mixtape playlist. Things need to stop being put in like the Grand Soiree limited time modes and then removed and never seen again, because the reason the player retention is a little bit lower this season is there isn't anything that we haven't seen before, yet we know they have all this great content. Let me know down below, would you guys like to see arenas return to Apex Legends, and what about the stuff that they were working on? Do you think it's good content, or it should just remain scrapped? Also, don't forget to check out this second channel by my editor Novell, and until next time, Legends, keep slaying the outlands. I'll see you out there.